Okay, so welcome everyone. My name is Natasha Nurse. I'm the owner and co-founder of Dressing Room 8, a coaching and consulting platform, and I'm happy to be the brand ambassador for StyleForIt. And what brings us here today is because we have a special live program. Virtually speaking, the beautiful woman next to me, to the right of me, is Faith Costa. She's an artist, model, activist for mental health and body positivity, and she's just amazing and has really great pearls of wisdom. So she's here for us to talk about how to start the new year the right way. So without further ado, I'd love to hear just your thoughts on how do you normally feel about this time of the year, and what are some of the things that you think are key to getting the new year started the right way?
So this time of year, it's always kind of a mixed emotion kind of situation for me. The
Yeah.
holidays themselves are generally stressful for me. However, the new year is
Mm-hmm.
always, as cheesy as it is like a reboot. And
Yeah.
I do like to take the opportunity because, throughout the year you kind of forget and you kind of lag, and it's kind of for the new year coming up, it's always a nice reminder like, okay, did I do what I wanted to do? Where am I at? It's like checking in on yourself. So even, like last year, I wish that I had made more of like a solid list of like wanting of like goals or aspirations, like internally,
Mm-hmm.
externally, work wise, emotionally,
Yeah.
because so much happened. So like this year I'm like really into it. I am
Yep.
ready for the new year. This past year for me was actually fairly good. I know what you see all the memes online, and it's 2018, every year I feel like
Yeah.
it's 2017 sucked, 2018 sucked, but the year for me was actually really good. I had a lot
Yeah.
of really positive things happen. um there were highs and lows, but I'm ready for the
Yeah.
next year for even more. So I
Perfect.
think that for me, I do like to take the opportunity to um start the year off on a good foot, on a fresh
Mm-hmm.
foot,
Yeah.
on a reboot, on a fresh mind. And what about you?
Yeah, absolutely. So, for me, I would say I agree with you. I think holidays tend to be stressful more than they're like super fun, because it's like, are you making the mac and cheese? Who's bringing the liquor? Did you wrap the gifts? Did so it's a lot of like moving pieces. So I think that sentiment is definitely well felt across many, many nations. But overall, I also agree that I think it is a beautiful time of the year, because after you do all the cooking and the preparation and the wrapping, and then everyone opens their gifts, what do you have left? You have time with your loved ones, right? And that's precious, and that's not guaranteed. So it is beautiful to like sit back. In my case, it's like eat and nap and then chat. But
Yeah.
typically, it's nice and it's fun to get fun gifts that about, that Santa brings you, right? And if you don't do Christmas, whatever, holiday and religion that happens during this time year, I think it's a nice sentiment. I would say for me as well, I like to look at the next year as a new reboot, as well as an opportunity to improve, right? So I agree with you. For me, 2018 was banging. It was bomb. It was all that and a bag of chips.
You had a really good year.
Yeah, I started a radio show, worked with StyleForIt, right? Like, and so there's a lot of different new things that populated for me. So overall, good. Some things I would want to work on: health and fitness, definitely got to up and level that up. I've been trying, and I just need to kick it into gear a bit more. But we'll talk about all the different things. And I think the first thing is I have like 8 different things that I think that are key when thinking about how to start the new year, right? And so with that, I'd like to start with the fashion piece, because this is StyleForIt. And just for anyone who's not aware, StyleForIt is the first plus size online consignment platform for women who wear sizes 12 to 32. Both Faith and I both have our own shops on here. It's an opportunity. If you're not familiar what consignment is, you can sell clothing, new clothing, used clothing. You can buy clothing. It's a community. In addition to the fashion piece, they offer content like this by people like us. So it's a community, it's a platform. Get on it. I will put in the comments actually right now so that people, can check it out right now. But in the interim, why don't you talk a little bit about fashion? What are some fashion goals that you personally are going to be applying in the new year, and things that you think people should keep in mind?
Sorry, there was a bad connection there for a second.
Okay.
So, did you say the, I'm so sorry, just repeat that last part.
Yeah. Yeah, no worries. So I was saying for fashion, I think there's a lot of different components that go into making a new year the best or unforgettable year. For fashion, what are your fashion goals? What are things that you need to apply to make it a banging year?
Right. So for me, I think that this next year, I actually really want to work on like my personal like styling for myself. Um,
Mm.
Everything this year, because there was so much going on, that was not a priority for me. To
Okay.
like make myself feel good. I was going and going and going, and I was kind of throwing stuff together, and I kind of felt disheveled. And I want to be able to like go into this new year and like feel good and confident and powerful. So I want like
Mm.
power outfit. I want to be able to like have
Mm.
my distinct style because now, especially with my career, I think that things are like picking up a bit. And I want to be able to like present myself in a way that I'm proud of and the way that I feel good about myself. So,
Mm-hmm.
like in this past year, I kind of, again, that was kind of pushed to the side for me because I wasn't thinking about that. It was more just like doing everything. So at
Gotcha.
events and things and going out, I kind of would be like going through my stuff and throwing something together. And then I'd go and I'd do these
Yeah.
awesome things, but I wouldn't necessarily feel fabulous or 100,000% confident. And so I think that's important
Mm.
to
Gotcha.
dress for how you want to feel. Because even if you don't feel confident in the beginning of the day, if you
Yes.
put on your power suit, you put on your armor, right? Whether it's your
Yes.
makeup or your hair, your outfit, and you feel good, you can go out
Yep.
and really kill it and really even give 110% because
Mm-hmm.
when you get the chance to present yourself in a way
Yep.
that you feel good about, other people pick up on that, and that confidence will propel you in opportunities. If you're in an event and you're networking and you feel great and you're confident, people are going to pick
Yes.
up on that. They might
Yes.
not notice the shirt that you're wearing, but you'll feel that, and that'll come across. So I
Mm-hmm.
think for me personally, that's something that I really want to work on.
I love it. Yeah. So for me, a couple of goals as well. I agree with you. I think I would like to hone in a bit more on having either, I think I need to add to the collection of having, yes, signature pieces that are going to really represent my signature style. And so that I share with you. Secondly, I bought a lot of accessories and sometimes I feel like I let them just sit and I'm just like, ooh, I love them. I think I need to focus even right now. Like I should have wore some of my rings that I just got. So I want to really focus on making sure that I'm utilizing more things in my closet, more shoes that just sit there. It doesn't make any sense, guys. We need to utilize what resources we have. You already spent the money, so it's there. Make sure you use it. And then also thinking about how you can like change your look, right? Sometimes we get a little complacent, which is the same thing. And so what are new hairstyles? What are new looks? What are new, brands that you can shop with and really hone in on creating that signature style? And we have StyleForIt's going to have a January live stream with a stylist who's going to be dealing with that. So totally agree. I love that. Okay. Next, then I would say mindset. What are your thoughts when it comes to mindset and having and how do you approach that for the new year?
I think a mindset for yourself is super important because it really sets the precedent, right, for how you're going to proceed.
Yep.
Because if you go into the new year, oh, it's going to be the same as always, nothing's
Yep.
going to happen.
Yep.
It's going to be like last year. Why even bother? It's just a new year. It's the same every other day.
Yep.
Then that's what you're going to get, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
got to put that energy out there, and that's your mindset. If you can go in
Mm-hmm.
again with that confidence with those goals, it makes the world of a difference because if you put that out in the universe, then you're going to get it back, right?
Yes.
So in your
Yes.
mind, you should be confident. You should be, ready to take on new opportunities. Open-mindedness, whatever you need for the new
Mm-hmm.
year. If you go in with that mindset, I think that's super important because if you don't, then it's not going to happen. These things aren't just going to be handed to you. You have to be ready for it.
Yeah.
So, and if you're not, then, and then if you get an opportunity, then it's like, okay, then I'm not going to do it. So it's like you have
Mm-hmm.
to ready for that. You have to have that mindset, those goals, that confidence, because otherwise, again, it's not going to happen. Or if it does get given to you, you're not going to be ready for it. So
Exactly.
you got to have the mindset. You got to have that in you to go through,
Mhm.
for sure. I think that's super
Absolutely.
important.
I love that. I love that you also like, kind of put that out there that people, oh, Michelle Costa wrote, very proud of you, Faith.
Hi, Aunt Michelle. That's my
Oh,
aunt.
nice. So yeah, so I completely agree with you. I actually recommend, kind of coming up with a theme for yourself every single year, right? Because we have themes for events, but we need to have themes for our lives, right? We have different seasons in our lives. So what is going to be the season for 2019 for people, right? Like for me, I think I want 2019 to really be, explosive is a word that I would want to use, because there's certain projects that I'm looking to make them escalate, and I want more than just like, oh, it's doing good. I want like imminent effect and massive impact. So I want explosiveness, I want dynamicness. So that's my theme, just like red hot burning awesomeness. And so everyone has to figure that out, right? Maybe 2018 was very challenging, so you want 2019 to be serenity, you want 2019 to be peaceful, you want to go inward, and you really want to establish a level of calmness, right? So figure out what is everyone's theme, and then what do you have to do with that? What's your action plan, right? What are we doing on a daily, on a weekly, on a monthly basis to effectuate what your goals that you have? So love it, love it, love it. Now, you did mention networking. What are some of your networking thoughts for the new year? What should people be doing, thinking about?
I think that networking is something that people really don't take advantage of, right? I feel like we've talked about this before. If any of
Mm-hmm.
you guys are watching your past lives, that's always such a major topic. I think that people really need to take advantage of it. Honestly, even this past year,
Mm-hmm.
I did not network enough.
Oh,
This was the
wow.
first year where I feel like I really didn't go to a lot of events,
Mm-hmm.
which was taken away because I was working so much, which is a
Yeah.
good thing, but it was
Yeah.
because all that networking before paid off, right?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
this year I got to implement that a bit more. But the thing is, that networking a year ago paid off for this past year, right? So for
Gotcha.
people, I think it really is important to connect with your community and your business, whatever it may be, whether you're an artist, a writer, a business person, it doesn't matter, right? There's
Mhm.
always a community in what you do. So connect with those people, go to events, go online, watch videos like this, right?
Yes.
Educate yourself, connect with people in the industry or looking to get in the industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can learn so much for free. Or
Yeah.
even if it's you go to an event and have to buy a drink, okay, that's one drink worth of meeting five people, or even one
Yeah.
that could make a
Yeah.
difference. So that's worth it. And I think people should really take advantage of that. And
Mhm.
it's something that, like social media, we kind of
Yeah.
neglect and we don't realize is so attainable and handed to us that we
Mm-hmm.
really should completely and utterly take advantage of it in every sense of it. So I think this year, if that's something that you want to do, just do it. You can absolutely, it's not super duper difficult.
Yeah.
You can find again your community really easy. It's the internet. You can find anything. So
Exactly.
that I think people in the new year is a major thing.
I completely agree. And it's interesting that you said that you saw kind of the return on your previous networking efforts, but then you said, you know what, I got a little complacent in it because I then was living through those connections and experiencing the benefit. But wait a minute, we can't slow that train down. So I commend you for
Right.
being honest about that. Yeah. And I agree with you.
Def-
For me, I would say I did a lot of events, as in producing and or being a part of production team, as well as speaking at them. But yeah, I didn't necessarily go to as many as I could. I think what I've tried to do is be more and more strategic every single year. I think that, with every industry, there's certain like go-to things. I'm really trying to hone in on that, because networking isn't just about being everywhere, but it's being where you need to be, right? The right places, meeting the right people. And that takes time for you to know that. So anyone watching on the live and replay, if you're struggling with your networking goals, I think it really comes to, what do you want? What are you looking to do? Are you looking for mentors? Are you looking to do business? Are you looking to learn more about yourself? And then what is the time that you want to afford this? Because this is an activity. It's not just like, oh, I network for Thursday, I'm good for 3 months. Like, no. It's online. And then also, I love that you talk about social media. Guys, LinkedIn, if you're not on LinkedIn, if you're not on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, right? Like, these are all places where you can literally have life-changing opportunities change and happen for you, especially on LinkedIn. So please, 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 if you're the kind of person who says, okay, I'm too busy working, I can't get to events. Well, you know what? You can get to your phone and you can message people. You can set up coffee meetings. You can Zoom with people, right? Like, there's a way. If there's a will, there's a way. So absolutely. A Leo wrote, I'm glad the, okay, nope, I'm not sure what that message means, but okay. Thank you for tuning in. Next, I would say challenges and obstacles. What are your thoughts on maybe how you've approached challenges and obstacles in your life this year? And what are you going to be thinking about or doing differently for the new year?
So I think this past year with challenges, it was all new things for me. It was all challenges that I had never really experienced before due to all the new work, all the new opportunities. So I kind of did have to figure out a way of how to handle those challenges differently because I never experienced them before. So going into this year now, I know that I'm going to have these new still challenges that have been consistent, but I have a better handle on it. Gotcha. So for me personally, it was like managing traveling and rest and managing like keeping up with my emails while I'm away. Like, that was really hard for me. So this year, that's something that I know that I really need to work on. That for like when I'm, to kind of maintain my consistent work schedule despite all planes, trains, and automobiles and storms coming. I have to be consistent because so now this year, like, that's something I'm really going to work on, that I'm going to take advantage of my time and kind of schedule things out more. So for me, that's like a big one. But I know that now, and I went through that. I kind of figured that out, that was difficult for me. And that's the thing, is that you have to be able to identify that in yourself, right? Of like, what's something I struggle with. And it's okay to struggle with things, right? Because no one's perfect. Life is not easy. We know this. But it's better when you identify that, because then that means that you can do something about it, right? For the most part, you have power to take control of your own life, right? So take even like a little step of, okay, saying I need to schedule even 15 minutes a day to, at this time, make sure that no matter what, I check my emails. And something else is, I'm like the worst person in the world about checking my DMs on social media. I am anyone. I feel so bad. Everyone messages me on Instagram. Like, that is something that I consistently forget about. But that's how I make connections. So like, so many businesses, so many people, photographers, brands, everything, they reach out through social media, and then I get it like 4 weeks later, and I missed my opportunity. So that's something that I really need to work on. So if you can figure that out for yourself, like, what's something that maybe you struggle with that you can literally change, because that'll make it even better. That'll make it the whole entire year and your goals. I love that. Yeah, absolutely. So with even the DM thing, even putting in daily or like weekly reminders to go in and just in your calendar, right? Like IG DM time, right? From 9 to 10. That way,
right? You're like, oh, okay, I'm catching up, and you're doing it, right? And I appreciate that. And I think the biggest thing like that you really talked about and honed in on is honesty. I think that a lot of times, right, we in life, we do focus on the positive and moving forward if we can, but for you to correct something, you have to be honest about like, well, what's wrong? What do you not like that's going on? So don't harp on that. I think that that's not helpful, but get honest with yourself. It's going to be a new year. What are things that you actually want to change? So like for me, I would say my biggest challenge would probably be like patience, because I want to do so much, and like my computer or things won't be at the same speed that I want them to, and then I start like freaking out or getting emotional. And that's something I would like to change in the new year, because it's like, A, I don't need blood pressure issues. B, it's not fair to other people around me if I'm like lashing out at them because of a phone or a computer issue. That's not appropriate, right? That's not how you love the ones around you. And so that's something I want to work on. And then also understand the reason for why it's happening, right? There's a reason for everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. So understanding and being a bit more patient and like, so, okay, maybe the computer needs work. Maybe I can go do a 10-minute walk, right, with the dog. Maybe I can do some squats, right? There are things that you can always shift your time and priorities. So that's probably the biggest thing that I want to work on as an obstacle that I don't know, struggled with my entire life. So patience is a hard one for me.
That's okay though, because you identify it. So that's major. Half the trouble is identifying it in the first place. Yeah. So that's huge.
Thank you. Yes. Now, what about tribe? Your personal tribe network of people who support you. What are thoughts that around that concept for the new year? Are you looking to build your tribe, grow your tribe? Thoughts?
I feel like that is kind of like 50-50 for me. I feel like this year I did a lot of things with people, but at the same time, I did a lot of things independently, right? This year I like had done campaigns that I did myself with people, have this really great support system in this community. I think I would like to strengthen that a bit this year, but also again, be independent as well. So I think I need to do both. And I think that's possible somehow. And I know that it is. It has to be, right? Yeah. So I think that is something that I want to work in, is I do want to get more connected. I would like to build and strengthen my tribe of people in my community, my support system. I feel like I have like a lot of connections that I maybe don't take advantage of or use, really. I feel like I forget that I have so many people that I am friends with and that really do support me and that I support as well, and that we can work together. So I think for me, and I think for other people too, is to remember that, like we can work together to achieve the same goals, and then that's how, we can really thrive and continue forward, especially if it's something that you want to do. There is strength in numbers. Yes. Hands down. Absolutely. So if it's your business, whatever it is in your community of your work, then there is definitely going to be success in working with other people, right? So why not do that?
I love that. Yeah, I mean, for me, I would say this year I experienced a lot of benefit from getting outside of like fashion and dipping more into media and into writing and different types of media. And I've really enjoyed that exploration. So for 2019, I think I want to continue that. I want to connect with people, in the car industry, in the beverage industry, right? Like, I think sometimes we, as bloggers, as influencers, or entrepreneurs, you're like really in like, oh, I got to be in my network, my niche. Yes. But there could be tremendous value from getting and connecting with people totally not in your network who you don't know who everyone knows. So it's always 6 degrees of separation, I find. So, I would say going and exploring, daring yourself to really think about your tribe and go outward and not just, okay, I'm in fashion, I can only be friends with people in fashion. Hells no. Be friends with people in sports, be friends with journalists, be friends with TV hosts. Like, get out there and grow out, right? And also recognize when certain people, maybe you've had friendships with people and you're like, I've known them for 10 years, but they're kind of like naysayers. Then what are you doing for 2019, right? I think if the person watching this live or on the replay is struggling with toxicity in their life, toxic people, I think 2019 is a beautiful year to say, F it, right? We're done. I love you. God bless you, whatever. But I have to part ways. So I really, yeah, you know, bye, Felicia. Like, it's been real. And, you know, I think that I've definitely culled down how many people I speak to this year. I really don't speak to a lot of people because too many people are negative. Too many people just really want to bring you down because they're struggling. They're drowning in their own drama. But, you know, you have to choose you, always choose you. So I think that that's another thing to just really, I think I've mastered now, like the culling down. So now I want to grow in other niches and connect with other people there. So that's a goal that I'm setting for that. When it comes to happiness and joy, what are your thoughts for the new year?
I think that's something that I definitely personally struggle with. So that's a major thing of mine for the new year that I want to continue working on because I work on it every single day, and that's just a constant life goal for me. I think that this year I need to get back to doing things for me. I think that's something that's been brought to my attention lately is that I don't take time for myself anymore. I don't do things just for me. It's constantly just like working things. So like, you know, whether it's taking time to draw or paint my nails or go to the coffee shop, I have not done that, and I need to do that because that brings me quality of life, joy. I love 100,000% my work. It is my passion. It is my life. What I do makes me happy. However, if that's the only thing in my life, then that's not a quality, right? That's not a good quality of life. So that's me that I need to work on. So in the new year for other people, I would say if that's something that you do as well, if you're a workaholic, if you work all day, every day, especially if you work for yourself, I think that's a pretty consistent theme that I see with people who do work for themselves, that they give themselves zero time off. I'm talking to you, Missy. But you make time for yourself. I feel like you do, but I think a lot of other people don't, like myself. You know, it is that nonstop up until 3 o'clock in the morning going on the phone and emails and things. I got an email from you the other night at like 2:30 in the morning or something. I was like, she's up, she's working.
Yes, working always. Yes.
And that's good though, but to also make that time for yourself, because that keeps you at ease, that keeps your peace, that keeps your happiness, that can keep your joy, and that you have to have that for yourself, because then you won't be able to put your best self forward with your work. How are you going to be able to really work at that next level to actually attain those goals if you aren't actually feeling good, if you're not happy? And people are going to see that. They're going to know if you're unhappy or miserable or just going through the grind, and that's not good. So definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would say, and you and I have talked about this, for I do work hard, and I will work. Like I said, I was up this morning till like 2 a.m. and then up, went to the gym, all that good stuff. But what I try to do is I tell you, and I tell everyone, really happy list, create your own happy list. For me, luckily, I'm low maintenance for my happy. It's reading, it's napping, it's eating something yummy. It's, kisses of the dog, it's spending time with the hubby. I don't really require a lot. A little bit of shopping, guys. I know it's bad, but a little bit of shopping in there. But, whatever your list is, write down 10 things that make you most happy and have that on your phone. And every day, did you 1 through 10? Did I do any of these? If not, okay, boom, boom, don't shame yourself. But what are we going to do different tomorrow? Right. So we have to do, and it's super easy for me, reading. Okay. I can read in the bathroom. I can get reading in, right? Like you can read, right? And so it's just different things, figuring that out and just committing to it. It has to be non-negotiable is what I would say, because too many times, what do people do? They say, oh, I could do something for me, or I could do it for this other person. Choose you always. I will do for me, and then we will deal with the world. So that's what I think is important. And then I guess, and there's so many other things we could talk about, but the last piece I would say is like self-love and body image and mental health, all of those things, because that's kind of like your niche. I would love your pearls of wisdom on like, what do people need to do for the new year to make sure that they're taking care of themselves in that regard?
So I think that connects to kind of what I was just saying. For me personally, again, that joy for taking that time for yourself. So like with the body positivity, that it goes into my self-care. That goes into my quality time for myself, because that's a necessity, right? Especially with what I do with my work, like I have to be good, you know. But again, it's a journey. It's a marathon, not a sprint, right? Like you say all the time, you know. It's something that you have to make a long-term goal. This is not a short-term goal. It's not just a today thing. It is a long-term life decision. That's something that you have to make sure that you want to work on, right? So whether it's your self-love, working on your body positivity, again, major thing with checking in on yourself, making sure that you're okay in your head. So your mental health is so important, because I think people forget about that. You know, we have our physical health, right? So if you're sick, what do? You take medicine, you go to the doctor, you check in, you rest so that you get up and continue working. So with our mental health, you have to check in on yourself. If you're not feeling good, you have to take that time to get better, right? So, you know, I go to therapy every other week. I love it. It's my favorite thing. If that's something that you need to do for yourself, then do it. It's so regular. Therapists need therapists. I know it's controversial, but I think that's ridiculous. I think that it's such a necessity, even if it's a yearly checkup for yourself. It's like going to the doctor, right? It is just check up on yourself. So for this year, if that's something that you need, do it. This is the time. There's so many resources for you to do that, right? Again, there's platforms, there's motivational people to follow, there's influencers, there's companies, there's therapists, there's literally everything. Again, take advantage of everything that is handed to us in that sense. It's a lot easier than we think to use those resources, right? It's difficult to do and go through 100,000%. But again, having that support system is major. To making that for yourself that you deserve it, and making that a priority is huge. Because if you think, oh no, I'm okay, I'm not okay, but I'm just gonna push through it because who cares, like whatever, it's not the main thing. Again, it's putting that, the airplane, right, with the putting the mask on yourself before you put it on the. You have to be able to take care of yourself so that you can then continue and do your work and work on your passions and continue in the year headstrong. So with that, whether it is your image, whether it is you're just working on your love for yourself, taking that time to give yourself quality of life, do it. That is major. And that's something that I constantly work on and will continue to do so. So I hope you all do as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's incredible. For me, I would just add, a couple of things, like tactical things I've been doing. So, I've been going to events, getting all these different body products. When I take time after the shower and I put on the toner, do some stuff for the body, it makes me feel special, right? It makes me feel like, ooh, like, okay, wait a minute, right? And so doing small things like that, lotioning your feet with like the special lotion, like just caring for your body, honoring her, also also another thing is, as a child, I struggled with self-esteem and loving myself. Now I'm actively, this might be too TMI, but like, look at yourself in the mirror naked, right? Like, embrace your body, like, get tactical like that, like, you know, and really, because why I say this is, into the new year, guys, if you're looking to start a business, if you're looking to grow your business, if you're looking to grow as a model, as an influencer, you've got to be confident. You've got to be fearless. And if you can't look at yourself naked, if you're struggling with hating parts of your body, not feeling mentally there all the time, it's going to impact the work that you intend for the new year. So this is the time right before we start to really get real with ourselves and say, okay, I don't feel good on an everyday basis. Okay, is this a mental thing? Is it a biological thing, right? Speak with professionals and nip this shit in the bud and start a journey, right? Because mental health is a journey. It's not a destination, but you have to start being honest with yourself. So I completely agree. And take care of your body. Stop saying bad things about her. Oh, I'm so fat. Oh, I'm so skinny. You are who you are, right? Why don't we every day just, I love my juicy arms. I can give big hugs. I love my juicy thighs because thick thighs save lives, right? Like, we gotta can be as silly and ghetto as you like. But we've got to honor our body. So I'm trying to, and that's hard. There was a time in my life where I like didn't even want to see myself naked. Now, you know, strike a pose. Go ahead, bad bitch, right? Like, just, yes, I like it, right? And just, you don't have to take a picture of it. I mean, you can if you want, if that's your fancy, but just honor her. You know, she takes you near and far. Just honor your body. 2019 is the year where we all can just love on ourselves a bit more. And that will, in turn, create beautiful opportunities in your life, in your business, in your ventures, and also the relationships you have. Because the more that you feel okay and well, the more that just like amplifies in your life. So that's what I would add to that. And just to bring everything back with StyleForIt as well, guys, fashion matters. Your presentation matters. When you're trying to present yourself and get deals, you're trying to book gigs, how you look matters. So really think about that. Visit StyleForIt.com. Guys, curvy ladies, it's the time. It's time of the year to clean out the closet, make money off of what you already have, get some things and upgrade some style choices that you might need to make, and like, have fun with it. And your thoughts, what can you tell people about your shop and kind of things that they should expect to see?
So my shop, I will be updating for this new year. I have so many things I need to purge, right? So I feel like we've talked, again, I've watched this before, I've talked about kind of each of our closets and like what we have and what we need. And so again, my shop are clothing that I have loved. I've worn maybe once, but for some reason it just didn't end up being for me. But they are beautiful pieces, maybe never worn. A lot of them still have tags on them, or only once. So, and they're really nice clothes, but they just, for some reason, they weren't for me, but they're for someone else, right? So they're for you. And so I'll be having a lot of new pieces up soon. I have to get that going, but check it out. I have dresses, I have jeans, I have skirts, I got all different kinds of things. And no, definitely some good stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can attest. Faith had the like gorgeous skirt for sale. It was just like bomb. I was like, listen, wait a minute.
Have you worn it?
No, but I'm going to wear it. I think I'm going to wear it for my New Year's Eve celebration because that skirt is everything. Yes.
Oh my God, take a picture, tag me. Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, guys. So check her out. Go to StyleForIt.com. Check out her items. Check out all the new arrivals that they've had. Check out some of the stuff that I have available. And then with that, if you want to connect with Faith, you know, where should people go to see you and talk to you and all that good stuff?
So my main platform is Instagram. My handle is at Faith_plus fashion, all spelled out, or just go to my website, faithcosta.com. You can kind of get everything there. I clearly have my Facebook page, I have my Instagram, I got a little bit of everything. I have my LinkedIn, I got it all. So yeah, I would just say go to my website, faithcosta.com, and then you can kind of get to wherever you go to get to me there.
Yes, 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 yes. I'm going to share that right now as well. And for me, if you're interested in chatting, dressingroom8.com is the website. Same on Instagram. You can find me at dressing_room_8. But again, go to the website. You'll get everything. And if you have not visited Style For It, ladies, sizes 12 to 32, get your life, go on the website, start shopping, open up your shop, all that good stuff. Go to StyleForIt.com. You'll get everything that you need. And then I guess with that, I just would love for you to share, your Merry Christmas or your happy holiday wishes for everyone. What would you like to say?
Yeah, no, I just hope that everyone has a beautiful holiday, whatever you celebrate.
Yes.
Again, for me, I like to give a little extra love to the people that maybe this time of year is difficult for,
Yeah.
because I that it's a time when we're supposed to be happy and jolly and everything, and I think it's hard for
Yeah.
some people, but just know that that's okay. And I
Yeah.
hope that you do find joy in the new year if you're not feeling it right now, but I hope that you get good family time and food and
Yeah.
rest. And this year is gonna be a good year.
Yes, yeah. 2019, I feel it. I feel like it's gonna be fire for a
Yes.
lot of people. So
Yes.
yeah, my wishes to you guys, if you celebrate Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. For if you don't, happy holidays. And my wish to you is to choose you, to choose your happiness, guys. I really think that a lot of people are suffering, like you're saying, around this time of year because they're dealing with depression, they're dealing with loneliness, but there are things that you can do to make yourself happy. But you've got to choose you, right? You've got to make sure you make appointments with professionals. You've got to make sure you're consuming positive content that uplifts you. You have to do things, physical things that make you happy. If it's dancing, if it's shopping, if it's singing, if it's starting a new business, whatever you've got to do, you've got to choose yourself and actually put one foot in front of the other and actually move forward. But you can do this. You can make 2019 an unforgettable year. I hope you've enjoyed our program. Thank you, Faith, for sharing your wisdom, your pearls. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know how amazing she is, check her out. Go to faithcosta.com, go to her Instagram. I've shared it in the comments. She's dope. She's bomb. And I can't wait to see what you do in the new year.
Thanks. Right back at you. You're the best, and thank you so much for having me. And these are always the best talks.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Happy holidays, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.